So, a question that bugs students. Why can't they get a driving test?
Yeah, why is it so difficult to get a driving test within a 24-week?
Yeah, 25 weeks. And there's a lot of nonsense being thrown around.
There is,
There's a lot of excuses being used, including us
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
Buying
and selling.
Buying and selling, not bringing people tests on time when they're ready, things like that. So let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to lockdowns.
Yes, where apparently this is what...
Yeah.
That's
Now, before lockdowns, you won't remember this. You were training at the time.
I was, yeah.
But you could literally get a driving test in... Well, put it this way. You could... If someone didn't pass their driving test, you could say, get on your phone, book a test for 2 weeks period for the minimum 10 days. So you could actually get a test.
Crazy,
You could actually get a test that week. So you could get someone to a good standard and go, right, you're ready. Let's book you a test.
Yeah.
But everything was ready there.
And then if they didn't pass, what was the criteria for how long you had to wait at that time as well?
It's 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks, yeah.
Yeah. 2 weeks. Just wait your 2 weeks, come back, pass your test.
So on top of...
So then, yeah.
Lockdown.
So then, okay, lockdowns came down. The policy was to shut the industry down on, I think, about 3 occasions it was, and it created the backlog. So if you could book a test pretty much away, by definition, before the lockdowns, supply was kind of on par with demand. Lockdowns came down. They're locked for several months, and the long and the short of it, it moved out to about 4 or 5 months waiting time, which you could understand immediately when it comes back.
Yes.
Okay, we get it.
But other factors.
It's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
It's been 4 years.
Yeah, since the first lockdown. It's got to be at that time. And it's, if anything, it's got worse and not better.
Yeah.
Now, DVSA, if you remember, they first of all tried to say, it's driving instructors, you're bringing people, we need to... The pass rate's only 48%, 50% at best. If only driving instructors brought people when they're ready, there'll be a higher pass rate, therefore there'll be more driving tests. Now that just sounds like an idea that's come from an office, from someone that's never actually ever been anywhere at a test centre or ever done a driving lesson or taught anyone to drive. Absolute nonsense that was. The test rate, it is a battle of nerves, and a lot of people don't cope with the nerves. So it says to me the test isn't really fit for the purpose if only 50% are passing. Are you saying that half the people coming, we're not training half the people to a sufficient level? That's absolute rubbish. Maybe 10% might be mum and dad giving it a go or whatever it is. So the battle is presenting your nerves on test. That has never changed.
Yeah.
Some people just have to experience a test to do a test. So they brought in, didn't they, KPIs, you've got to get a certain pass rate, kind of threatening driving instructors with losing your licence, standards check if you didn't reach pass rates, fault rates, ETA rates, examine taking action rates from there. At no point was it along the lines of, therefore you are the problem. It really was like that, wasn't it? So, to increase demand, they have done several recruitment drives. Mm-hmm. Now, let's talk about the examiner's job. They're going out how many times a day?
8 times a day?
6, 7, 8 times a day. Yeah, with a break, probably 6 or 7 times
6,
a
7
day.
times a day.
You could literally, as a pupil, or not even be a pupil, as a candidate, you could turn up with a car, your own car, and you could literally, the first time you've ever been on a car, sit on that side of the seat and take an examiner out on a road.
Yep. Well, I had an example this week, didn't I, where I deemed a student not safe to go out.
Yeah, and they just went off on their own accord.
They just went off on their own.
Now, to me, that sounds pretty dangerous. In terms of health and safety, that is crazy. Yeah. So that I don't think the driving test is fit for modern day purpose as it is. It hasn't really changed that much since day one. Salary.
Is it about 28?
27, 28. They're deemed, because it's all graded, it's public sector, everything's on a grade. They're deemed as a quite low civil servant grade.
Yeah, that's crazy. You wouldn't catch me doing that for 28.
No.
Never.
The recruitment... They say, we've taken on 500 driving instructors. Well, they've interviewed and offered training programs.
Examiners, sorry.
how many actually make it to the end? How many drop out during the process, realising it's not for them? It's phenomenal
Yeah,
amounts.
yeah. It's a crazy amount. But on top of that, you've also got already trained examiners leaving.
Yeah.
So
Because the conditions aren't good.
Yeah.
Because in the old days, a lot of driving examiners were driving instructors. You get to like my age, you go, I'm going to run the clock down a bit, and okay, it's going to be less salary, but I'm going to get a full pension. I'm going to get umpteen days holiday. I'm going to start at 9, finish at 2, Monday to Friday. Marvellous, great. The perks are worth that, and it's offsets audio money as a driving instructor, etc., etc. And quite frankly, you got a better quality. No disrespect to people coming through the new system. I don't think you'd be a good driving examiner unless you've been experienced being a driving instructor. They'll argue differently, but I can't agree with that personally. So that's what you used to get, and now the pension scheme's gone. They're on 7 weeks. Basically, the terms and conditions are awful for the risk, and they wonder why so many people, the retention levels. So in fact, overall, I think it was something ridiculous, wasn't it? So we've taken on 500 people, but the net gain was only like 60.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I'm going to try and pull up those figures because it was insane, the amount of examiners that left or didn't make it through to the end of training.
No.
Yeah.
So the other point as well is, if they do suddenly put loads of people on, what happens when the retention rate, if they do get it back?
Oh, yes.
Do they suddenly keep those people?
Yeah.
Work on, I don't see the public sector and the government keeping all those people on.
No, exactly.
So how do you get it down? They've got themselves into a right mess caused by basically shutting the industry down 3 times. And they never had a plan. If you're going to shut it down, what was your plan to get it back on track? There wasn't one.
Now, the other discussion point is the bots, isn't it? So there's a lot of blame.
Blame on the bot. Oh, the bots are taking exams. Well,
at the moment,
the bots, whether it's a bot or unscrupulous companies setting themselves up as business is buying and selling it, because you can set yourself up, couldn't you, on the old system?
Yeah.
You don't have to be a driving instructor.
No.
So whose system was that set up? Who created the system for bots to thrive? I mean, quite frankly,
it's so outdated,
you book a driving
isn't it?
test, can you not do a thing that says how many of these has got a cone in it?
Yeah.
Okay, but that's not by the by. The bots don't destroy tests going, well, we've booked 500 tests and we've ripped them up. They don't exist.
No,
they're selling them.
Yeah.
The same amount of tests are going on. If you're stupid enough to pay £250 for a driving test, then...
But that's the thing. The bots aren't even doing that. The bots are just supplying the tests at the same...
Yes.
They're not selling them for higher profit.
No.
The bots aren't.
No.
There might be some other companies that are.
Yeah.
There are some dodgy people out there, but not enough to warrant.
And the cancellation app's got to blame.
Yeah, the
So
cancellation.
if you fail your driving test, come back in 5 months' time. Yes, I'm going to wait for 5 months. Or are you going to book a test and get an app to say, right, boom, it's been cancelled?
Yeah.
If it's been cancelled, why can't you take it? You are putting another one back in the system.
Exactly.
So
there's no difference.
There is no difference in number of tests.
No.
And we've had all this nonsense,
Yeah.
quite frankly, blaming everybody else. People booking, it's your fault students are booking your test too early.
Yeah, because then we were getting told not to book in advance. Well, hang on, how are we going to do that then?
Yes.
So we're going to wait till they're ready and then book it for 6 months' time?
Yeah, so Emma now she's ready.
Yeah.
And she's going, what's she going to do till May?
Yeah.
Again, do these people ever get out of an office and actually
Sit in the seat
and experience what it's all about?
Yeah.
So, long and the short of it,
But then
well, basically, the long and the short of it, whilst it is 5 months booking time, before you start your driving test, get your theory test done. Then as soon as you've passed that theory test when you're 17,
book a driving test.
book a driving test and work towards it. Because we can actually swap
That's
tests
actually an
amongst
ideal
ourselves.
time frame as well.
Yeah, 5 months is pretty much there. It's not too much to wait for, is it?
Yeah.
You can budget, you can work it out. So, enjoy your 17th birthday.
Yeah.
Next day, though, or maybe 2 days afterwards, if you had a really good 17th birthday,
Oh, yeah.
get a theory test done.
Yeah. Get on board.
Get on board and work towards it.
And it will help with and actually learn it as well. Actually learn the rules of the road and the signs and the markings. And when you start driving...
It makes sense.
Yeah.
It makes sense.
Yeah. But, so then now, with spring 2026, it's proposed that we can no longer help with swapping and booking driving tests, correct?
Yeah, we can't book a driving test, whereas before we can book a driving test and we can swap it amongst yourselves. So for instance, I got a student in March, they could do a few more lessons. You got a student
that's ready and waiting.
That's ready to go. They don't want to. They want to get ready. We've deemed them fit for purpose.
Yeah.
We can swap. Can't do that anymore.
Can't do that. Has to be the same area, which I agree with. That makes sense. If you stop people travelling all the way down to...
You can only swap it twice.
You can only swap it twice. And it has to be... How are they going to...
If you're swapping, you're not destroying a test, isn't my point? You're not...
Yeah.
By swapping, you're not removing a test. You're... it doesn't make sense.
But how are they going to govern only learners booking the tests? How's that... They can't even stop the bots getting in. How are they going to... How are they...
It's basically our booking site, because that was the site that was being used to skip the head of the queue. Because with our booking site, we could book in head of the queue. So that was being used to basically buy up tests and then sell them on at a higher price.
So they're just going to scrap that and it's only learners that can book a test?
Yes, through the site where everyone's in the same queue. So basically it's a sledgehammer to break a walnut. And we're the ones. Our site was great because it worked for us. We could book a test for people as part of a service, and
it's gonna really affect the driving instructor community not being able to help with the booking and changing of tests.
Is swapping done it? Because we can swap with other.
I don't know. Can we still call the DVSA and say I've got this student there? So long and short of it is.
No, I don't.
Not a lot's
going to change, I'm afraid. No, I'm afraid I can't see how until you can. And the other radical solution would be completely change the driving test.
Yeah, there's been some ideas thrown about changing the price a bit.
Yeah. But again, do people really turn up to test and give it a go?
Yes.
Possibly.
Yes.
Okay, will people stop giving it a go if it's £150?
That's the idea, isn't it?
Then, will that stress people out so much they don't perform to the best of their abilities, knowing if they cock it up, it's going to cost them £200? Where does it stop?
Yeah, that's true.
£150 to one person might be a lot of money, to another person it might just be, I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
So where do you pitch that price?
Yeah, it's true.
Do we sign off people to be able to drive on their own with L plates on, or provisional plates on, and say, well, X number of hours of lessons you can be signed off so you can get your experience on your own?
Yeah, that's another idea.
And then, pretty much like it's on a motorbike, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Do a CBT. Is there grounds to have a car CBT?
The other one is, do we enforce it so that only dual-controlled cars go to test? But then again, that's
that doesn't stop people going to test early. It doesn't stop unscrupulous driving instructors.
Exactly, yeah, still open for...
And the other flip side is, if you signed off someone, okay, we deem them fit to drive on their own, can you imagine the arguments you could have with some parents?
Oh, gosh.
No, I'm not signing off, they're not ready yet. Well, so-and-so is, and they've done them, they're not their mate, and that sort of thing. At least that way, we're kind of out of... It could open us to a lot of corruption.
A lot of corruption, yeah.
And a lot of threats and...
Yeah. There's no easy answer, is there?
You can imagine the phone calls. I've had X number of phone calls with that instructor. They won't teach me anymore, blah, blah, blah. Can they give me an assessment? Can you give me a sign off?
Yeah. Handing you a load of cash.
That's the current system, is good. Is it as good as it?
Yeah.
And you can imagine. I mean, it's like I'm teaching twins at the moment. And they're two completely different standards.
Oh yeah, same. I'm teaching twins at the moment.
Yeah. Can you imagine signing one off and not the other?
Oh no. So the conclusion is...
Sorry.
It's buggered. And...
Yep. The conclusion is work with the system, get your theory test done, work when you're 16 or before it, book your theory test as soon as possible. You can book it whilst you're 17, whilst you're 16 for when you are 17. Get it done. Get your. That's what I did with Hannah. She went to test the day after her 17th birthday.
That's it. Yeah.
Boom. 5 months' time, just say it's going to cost. And just reset your expectations. It's going to take you 5 months to learn to drive, not. Leave your comments below. What do you think? What should we do?
Thank you very much for watching.
So do remember, please like and subscribe and press notify.